Thank you very much and for making the intrepid trip to Cheyenne and our predictable now hailstorms in the afternoon. Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to deliver some brief comments on behalf of the Wyoming PTA to the Federal School Safety Commission. I am a trustee in Laramie County School District 1 here in Cheyenne, but I'm speaking today solely in the capacity of the federal legislative chair of the Wyoming PTA. The PTA counts membership in Wyoming in the hundreds, not thousands, as in other states, but our message is carefully composed by our national organization based on data and policy, and it is important. School safety is a critical priority for all parents, educators, students, and community members that cannot be taken for granted. We must work together quickly to keep our children safe. Students and educators have a right to attend schools that are safe and conducive to learning and achievement. That being said, the National PTA recognizes that school safety is a multifaceted issue with no one clear solution for everyone. All efforts to address school safety must take into account a variety of factors, including physical and psychological safety of students. The PTA promotes the implementation of evidence-based policies and practices articulated in this, the framework for safe and successful schools, and the school psychologist earlier referred to this. It is a joint statement by several national groups, including National Association of School Resource Officers, the school psychologists, elementary and secondary principals and counselors, and I know you're already familiar with it, so we're just endorsing it. National PTA believes the most effective day-to-day school climate to be gun-free, which includes not arming teachers and administrators, but defers to local collaborative decision-making regarding the presence of law enforcement deployed in community-orienting policy and school building security. And I will just have to say parenthetically that I'm very proud of my district and many in Wyoming that are really making a diligent effort to put into place all the things I'm about to mention. They are somewhat limited by resources, funding that are out of local control, and as we all struggle to, as the budget cuts are handed down to us, we have to make very difficult decisions, and we hope to preserve the counselors. At some point that might be a point of cutting. I hope not. So the PTA promotes policies that emphasize the following: family engagement, involves students and parents and families in development, implementation, and evaluation of school safety plans, including emergency preparedness, crisis response and threat assessment protocols, school discipline, and student health services. It would be great if every school had enough SROs and every school had a dedicated school nurse, but we know it's not possible. Communicate frequently with families about safety policies and procedures, including evaluation and reunification plans. Establish opportunities for students and parents to provide input on school environment and climate. As the alternative school principal mentioned, climate is huge. And adequate funding, as is sort of a constant theme. Investment from federal, state, and local decision makers for necessary physical and psychological student supports and services. School climate and student support services. Promote a positive school climate that encourages nurturing relationships and mutual trust and respect among students, staff, and families. Improve staffing ratios, again, the theme today, of school counselors, psychologists, social workers, and nurses to provide school-based behavior, health, and mental health services. Provide professional development for employees on youth mental health, including early intervention, prevention, and access to school and community-based mental health services. Establish, communicate, and fairly implement policies regarding bullying, harassment, and discipline that meet all federal, state, and local requirements. Implement anonymous reporting and response procedures. And I have to say that in Wyoming we have the Safe to Tell anonymous reporting, and students use it. We find about weapons in schools, and students, when they have a means, they do use it. And finally, physical safety. Establish a clear and enforceable visitor guest identification system. Regularly evaluate physical security measures. Evaluate access points to the school. And create a policy on use of school facilities that clearly communicates who can come in the building and how it's used. And with that, I conclude my comments. And thank you very much for coming to Cheyenne. I sure appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Herman.